There's a lot that happened in this game to discuss, but we start with this loose ball between Pat Beverly and Dennis Smith Jr. Look at that. A tooth popped out of my man's head. Pat Beverly is known to mix it up a little bit on the court. We've watched this a few times now, Jalen. I'm sure you've seen it before this. Do you think this was intentional from Pat Beverly?
So Pat Beverly is my man, 50 grand. He represents Chi-Town. The reason why he is in the NBA is because he plays with a level of toughness. He plays with an edge. It's not because of his skill per se. It's because of his will that now his skill has put him in position to make some shots, make some plays, and that he can have a long career in the NBA. With that being said, the Dallas Mavs will be sending this footage to the league office. The head coaching staff will be showing it to Dennis Smith Jr. as well as the rest of the Dallas Mavs. You cannot allow this to take place. Patrick Beverly will also be getting a pink slip from the league office. He clearly elbowed Dennis Smith Jr. in the mouth. His tooth fell out. As he started to look for his tooth, he also grabbed him by the back of his neck. And the thing is, he knew what he'd done. He kind of jumped up and was ready for some smoke. Then he realized that Dennis wasn't reacting, and his teammates weren't reacting, and the rest weren't reacting. So in his head, man, I just got to pass. I got away with one.
See, I kind of disagree. I think he has like some plausible deniability here. Like I think that he can have a version of these events where it doesn't look fully intentional, and when he grabs him on the back of the neck, it seems like he starts to do it aggressively and then tries to make it seem like he's trying to help him up by the back of the neck, which is something that no one has ever done in the history of physical sports. But hey, I'm not sure he's going to get suspended for this one, but I am sure, as you said, that the Mavericks are going to send that video to the league. Now, one part of this that I love is
rest in peace to my late, great Paramore Hicks. My Uncle Leonard, big shout, my namesake. And I have two brothers, Bill and Kev. Trust me, I've been picked up by my neck a lot of times. That's not an accident when somebody puts his hand there. Please believe me.
Well, Dennis Smith Jr. went immediately to the locker room once he had lost a tooth, and he talked about that decision after the game with the media.
Yeah, I got an appointment tomorrow. I'm fooling y'all right now. I knew it was gonna be cameras, and I knew it was gonna be cameras. Whenever it's cameras, then it's going on social media. When it's social media, it's ladies looking. When it's ladies looking, I gotta be looking nice. So.
It makes you look tough.
I had to fool y'all right now.
Jalen, I know you care about your teeth. You've got great teeth. I mean, they're not your teeth, but you've got great teeth. What do you think about him and his whole thing about cameras and social media and the ladies looking?
I'm not mad at him at all. I grew up with rock teeth, bad skin, never went to the dentist, never went to the dermatologist. When you saw me shake David Stern's hand with that red and white suit, my mother moved out of the hood and I went and got veneers and we ain't never looked back. So I understand exactly what he means.
Good. Well, the actual gameplay in this game came down to the very end where the Western Conference leading Clippers needed a bucket. They got a switch. Tobias Harris covered by Dennis Smith Jr. there. What a play by Dennis Smith Jr. What does that play tell you about the type of player that he is?
It was terrific defense by Dennis Smith Jr. If you're Tobias Harris, you're going to challenge yourself to go a little bit stronger, get a little bit lower, turn over the right shoulder, make him buy that fake, and then go back over the left shoulder. He never truly sold it. And the more athletic player, Dennis Smith Jr., did a terrific one-on-one defensive play to get the block late.
Well, Pat Beverly, you think is going to get a little message from the league after that elbow, but something tells me that he might also get a message for league from this play in which he just, he threw a pass. All he did was throw a pass, right? But he just happened to throw a pass right at one of the fans in the first row for the Mavs. Jalen, what do you think about Pat Beverly throwing the ball at a fan in the first row?
I think what he did with Dennis Smith Jr., as well as what he did with the fan, is going to have him light in the pockets between $25,000 and $50,000. That's exactly what I think. You can't have players be aggressive toward fans and understanding that they're going to yell things that you don't like. Is that fair? No. Is that something that should be policed by others besides you? Yes. But when you playing on the road in particular in hostile environments, the road team is going to yell things that you don't like. It just comes with the territory.
Well, you mentioned that Pat Beverly was from Chicago, and we have some breaking news out of Chicago. Fred Hoiberg, no longer the head coach. Jim Boylan is now the head coach, not placed with an interim tag, however. It seems like he's the head coach, at least for the rest of the season. But the Bills are not trying to win basketball games. They're clearly not trying for Zion, is what some might say. So, Jalen Rose, why would you fire a coach midway through the season if you're basically tanking?
You answered your own question, but I'll follow up on it because the Chicago Bulls know that they put together a young group of talented players, but this isn't the year for them to make the leap. So you try to acquire that next lottery pick, and then all of a sudden, hopefully catapult yourself into an Eastern Conference that's really been in flusters the last few years below the 5th seed.